Uh, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of notanigloo, but unfortunately, I'm pretty sure this race is gonna go to BP. I can't lie to you guys, but yeah, we'll see how it turns out. If Igloo can get like C skip and BP doesn't, then maybe Igloo can, you know, it'll definitely be in his favor, help him stay ahead. I see a thought about a 36 in the chat. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That's a big step to make. But it's not unheard of. Ooh, BP, both of them missing the C skip attempt. BP trying to get the storage, but he unfortunately doesn't unroll, it looks like. I guess he presses B and A on the same frame, so he just jumps instead of unrolling. Yeah, they're pretty even pace as of right now. BP successfully hitting the dash pads there. If he didn't hit the dash pads, that would have probably been a little slower. Yeah, you know, this has been relatively clean, actually, from both of them. Surprisingly clean. So they're both on like sub 2 pace. BP, the experience showing, he's hitting this truck section a lot better than Igloo's hitting his, with no faults at all, ending with a 157. Wow. Yeah, he was hitting all those hills in just the right way.
Too easy. Piece of cake. This game of tag is boring.
I don't imagine any issues with like this sort of stuff. I'm thinking the spread's most definitely going to come down to the Knuckles stages, because Igloo hasn't spent nearly as much time like practicing Knuckles as BP has. So even though some experience might come for like, you know, from Sadix as far as general movement, I don't think the Knuckles is going to transfer over. Well, I mean, it won't transfer if he doesn't know all the pieces. Yeah, it's even showing here a little bit. He's struggling. He's gonna actually end up having to wait for a couple cycles of turning around. Not a fun second piece to get. It's so far away, but all things considered, he's gonna get like a 24. He goes to the wrong side though. It's this line of rings right here. So he does lose just a little bit of time on that.
Yeah, this is perfect.
Oh yeah, you can see Igloo's having like he's having issues with this first piece. I didn't read between the red and green striped pillars. That's not a bad piece. But you know what? He actually manages to catch the free piece there. That's kind of interesting. Third piece is gonna be... this isn't a very good layout though. He has to go back and forth. So, I mean, no matter what, if that has to happen, it's not good. BP missing a little bit of a fem top there. Lose him just a tiny amount of time. From my understanding, BP is a pretty well-rounded runner for the most part. I wouldn't say that he has any specific strengths or weaknesses. I think he's just pretty good overall. It's hard to really pinpoint which of his characters would be the strongest, or if he has like a best stage or something. He's like your standard 38. Yeah, all his shots are really good too. This is actually pretty good pace. This could be like a 136, I think. He's still on pace for that. So yeah, Igloo is unfortunately not able to make the weight hop. Not the weight hop, but the fence hop. He's just a little bit too slow at getting on top. .138. That's a pretty good time.
That was easy.
Let's see how BP starts out Metal Harbor. Well, Igloo's going ahead and finishing up his stage. He's probably on pace for like a 145 or something. This is a pretty solid start to this. This will be nice. A nice comfy 21 at the upgrade. Could be better. Could be better for sure. But, you know, that's like on the borderline of like, you know, it's alright. Police skip? No, he's not going to opt for that. I don't blame him. 152. Definitely not a very good time, I would say. Especially compared to BP. That's a pretty significant time loss.
Missile launch in 15 seconds.
Ooh, BP going in for the homing attack on the spring. And it looks like he clipped the fence or something because he didn't. He misses. That's huge. That is okay. That's exactly what Igloo needs.
Missile launch in 15
Oh no. He's put on tilt.
Missile launch in
But okay, third try, third time. So he needed just a few flukes there, but you know what? He's still going. He's still ahead. That's sad that that really happened, but you know what? He will recover. He just needs to forget that that happened. Ending with a 128. You know, it's a decent time. That's a decent time, because especially considering he had to wait for the rocket, that would have been like a 125,
Barely made it.
because it takes the rocket a few seconds to come out when you respawn from that checkpoint. But yeah, sadly, in combination with all the deaths, that makes that really rough.
Whew. So far, so good. Hey, that's...
That blue hedgehog again, of all places.
I found you. Faker.
Faker? I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. You're comparing yourself to me? Huh? You're not even good enough to be
I'll
my
make you
fake.
eat those words.
Oh man, as I'm typing this out,
Time to play games.
Evan,
You won't even get
dude,
the chance.
no. Metal Harbor's being rough. Metal Harbor's being
I see.
a cruel mistress. And Igloo has to do all this again.
Damn.
That's probably... I mean, that's about just as bad as what happened with BP. It's about as bad as what could happen, as what happened to BP, but you know, because you know, even though BP died twice, Igloo is on the later part, so it takes a lot longer to get back to this point, and that stacked on top of a 138 finish. I don't like seeing that. That's okay though. We'll see BP starting up a really good stage. I think he's pretty good at this stage. At least he doesn't go for. I don't believe he goes for Green Forest Wall Run, but he'll probably give us a good skipless time. That's what we need to see. We need to see like a nice stage, no errors. It's like a palate cleanser, basically. Yeah, he's gonna end 37, 30, barely gets to 37 at the top. That's decent. Especially without, like, some of the more advanced strats. That's a pretty good time. Yeah. Igloo managing to finish Shadow 1, no real issues, thankfully. BP is going pretty fast up here. He got a version of the light dash that was pretty fast. So he's gonna creep up at the top. Pretty good time, 112. He is unfortunately not able to get the distance needed for the to get the loop speed. So it is a little bit slower going on the last part, but the big thing is that he made it. No issues. Sub 140. That's what we needed to see. That's what we needed to see today.
Huh. No problem.
Igloo, I think he was trying to storage, but it looked like he lost it, but he still didn't go very far. Maybe he... It's hard to see. No loop skip. I don't blame him. That's like a weird little thing that happened there. So
I have to hurry and find the Master Emerald.
let's see what sort of pieces BP gets. Does he get cold iron bars? The question of the day. He does not. I couldn't see, but he started walking towards it, so I started wondering.
It's closer to my left.
Three Brothers Tombstone? Probably the Ghost Train one. Hopefully the Ghost Train one. Okay.
It's closer.
The one on Church Mountain is no fun to get. King of the Hill's gonna make this a pretty meh piece layout. There aren't a lot of layouts where King of the Hill is okay, because it's just so far away.
It's closer.
It's not really what he wanted to see, but you know what? We'll take that. 42 is right around average. Igloo ending with a 144 on the stage. That's decent. You really want to be aiming for a sub 140, especially if you're not doing, you know, Green Forest Wall Run. So, because trying a Green Forest Wall Run attempt and failing might make you go a little bit slower than a 140. But if you're not going for it at all, you should be fast enough with the loop skip to make that. Here's the big moment. This will change the entire race. He makes the hop. Forgotten Hut. And he's going and checking Church. The right thing to do. It is just a tiny bit more likely to be on Church, and also you can potentially get a free piece if it's the other one. He's not... Oh, I guess he knew where it was. I guess he just didn't feel like climbing. A little too high on the dig, though. BP, no issues so far? Yeah, this should probably be a 0 cycle. And did Evan get King of the Hill? He did. Ooh. Clutching out a 0 cycle. Ending with a 101, notanigloo, not a good time. It's none of the piece layouts should give you that, that long of a time on the stage. But I mean, it's true. King of the Hill is just a really bad piece, and it can really just show how it all stacks up. Execution and like being able to get to your first couple places.
I did it!
Then King of the Hill is just like the nail in the coffin. Unfortunately, getting hit by the missiles there, but he was in the way there. You can walk around the left of them, and not getting a weight hop. He was really late on the upgrade too, so he might actually miss the first cycle even. This will be close. He can still get it. Oh, he misses it. He's on second cycle RTA pace. He's gonna go to the top. Okay. In a layout like this, some of the most advanced runners might actually grab, like... Oh my gosh! This is insanely good. For a layout like this, you wouldn't have even had to hit the switch. The most advanced runners might not even have gone for the switch there. Just as an example of how good those were.
Yeah, this is perfect.
So, yeah. Good on BP for his RNG. His RNG skill is pretty good. Yeah, it looks like notanigloo hit the second cycle based on that time. Maybe even a little bit later. Yeah, it might have been a tiny bit slower than that too. Mission Street's very rough if you aren't playing on point. It can be really punishing since you don't have the freedom of just going as fast as you can. You have to wait on the stage if you're going too slow. BP barely missing the sub 38 for lap 1 on Route 101. He's grabbing a lot of rings, so I don't think he's going to be getting the optimal boost cycle here. No, he misses the boost there. Route 101 is a weird stage to get used to. Lots of people do it differently. Let's see, I don't see any free pieces on notanigloo's screen. But he starts at the yellow? Okay, it was up in the top room. Make sure to miss Omo Chow. Twin skulls facing each other. It's gonna be a hallway piece, which means he's gonna have to come back out for the third piece. I imagine it's probably gonna be a ghost room piece, just to really stack on and try to make it difficult for him. Ooh! Actually, that was a really good piece. Especially because he was down there already. The attentive viewer might have seen it. I didn't see it. I'm actually not very good at seeing this piece. But yeah, This is like... Actually... Those were good pieces, if he was looking in the right places. BP finishing with a 216, not shabby. But yeah, notanigloo with decent RNG also. And that especially makes up for like the weird stuff he got on Wild Canyon and Pumpkin Hill. Or well, no, I guess he didn't really get bad Wild Canyon RNG. But Pumpkin Hill was kind of wacky. BP opting to get on the pots there. I've seen a lot of runners doing that instead of trying to go for a tighter hover jump to just jump onto the red tank. He misses the fence hop, so he actually goes around and he grabs a checkpoint for safety. I mean, I guess that's cool. If he wants to do that, that's alright. This part here isn't super dangerous, though. So, I'm gonna have to say, maybe I disagree on that choice, but if it makes him comfy, he might play better. So, that's like a whole other aspect you need to keep in mind. If you're not comfy, you're gonna play bad. 58 at the checkpoint there. Considering he didn't get any of the, like, out-of-bounds skips or the fence skip, that's not too bad. Evan finishing lap 2 with the 121, that's okay. And he has a boost here actually, so he can use it at the top of this hill, but he's not using it. That's where you want to use it. There's no point to saving it to here if you've been grabbing all the rings, because you get another boost right there. Yeah, this seems pretty clean from BP. Maybe a tiny bit rough, but you know, no deaths, no problems. And he's still saving the boost here. I don't understand why. Use it now. No! He doesn't need... You see, he's not losing any speed there. If you're on flat ground and you're drifting, you're not going to lose speed. So, once you get up to that point, if you have the boost, just use it. You don't need to go for the balloon. I guess that's really where the experience shows. To be fair, notanigloo hasn't been playing this game as much. So, BP's got a lot more experience under his belt. Missing the hourglass jump, so that's going to lose him a bit of time on that. But everything else here is smooth. He does a jump. I guess he's afraid to use too many hover frames. I don't see him go. He's going for GC skip. I didn't think Igloo would do this. He opts to go out of the far corner. I guess he likes the camera a little bit better. And he barely makes that, so... But good on him. That's going to actually save a bit of time over BP. Gonna save a couple seconds. BP's gonna he's hitting the speed pads there. That's actually not... If you're going fast on the tunnels, hitting the speed pads is actually bad. Because it'll slow you down a little bit. And he hits the checkpoint at 122. Not the strongest time, I would say. But I don't think it's anything to be mad about. Because, again, the issues haven't... You know, he's been recovering pretty well. Any mistakes he makes, he manages to kind of get back up from pretty fast. And he's going to end this with the final gravity bounce. No issues. And a 158. Okay. I don't know if he'll be exactly happy with that, but I don't think that notanigloo will be happy about that. He definitely won't be happy about that. All things considered, BP is still in pretty strong pace. I don't know if this is PB pace for him right now, but he's struggling again. No. So that hover's kind of tight to make. So most runners they opt for the pause hover. It's definitely a lot safer and more comfy feeling if you do that. BP kind of struggling to remember where EO1 is. Unfortunately grabs an Omo Chow too, which means that he's not going to be okay, he knows where this is. If you grab the Omo Chow, you can't read a hint. I'm pretty sure you just grabbed that hint to... He doesn't know where this is. Oh man. This is in Blue Secret. He had to go the other way. I think maybe he thinks that this is in Red Blue. I think he thinks it's in Red Blue Secret. No! So... He's now realizing, and he's now still not going the right way. Alright kids, this is where the comeback happens. This is where the comeback happens. If you don't know your Knuckles pieces, though with what I've been told, this might happen to Igloo too. If you guys want to get a pro certified time in this game, learn Knuckles, not just for execution, but just know how to get your pieces, know where they are, and it'll actually save you minutes, because he's coming on the 2-minute mark. This stage you should be able to beat in like a minute. Iron Protects is safe. This is unfortunately not his fault. Iron Protects is safe is just a bad piece from Blue. You can do a monitor clip out to get there relatively fast, but he's not going to opt for any clip outs. He's actually just going to take like a straight path there. Which, yeah, that door clip out can be really weird, and the monitor clip outs are also weird. That's not something that you see from most runners.
I found him.
246. Not good. We can't cover that up with any like sparkles or glitter. That's not good. But let's see how Igloo goes. If he doesn't die here, that's like the big thing. If he doesn't die here, and if he gets pieces that he knows, he could potentially save big time going into Death Chamber. Or coming out of Death Chamber. Let's see if BP can hold the magic angle. Make this a nice, easy one cycle. Normally a boss that a lot of early runners might have mess-ups in their PBs. Ooh. I like how Igloo goes for the gravity at the end. I didn't think he'd go for it, but it's shown he still has some confidence. He's like, BP, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. I need this. BP with cool standard cool 45. Let's see how Egg Golem treats him though. First, if you guys don't know, these super bounces are really tight. But I can't believe he missed. He didn't hit the second one. He got the bounce, but he must have like clipped off the head or something. Ooh, this might be a good layout. If he gets a free piece in the core, or if he gets like, oh, huh. I guess we won't see. We won't see until later. But yeah, BP, unfortunately, with the ballerina, you know, it's a fact of life. It'll just happen. Igloo, the second piece could lead to a really good third piece. He needs to go just a tiny bit lower there. There it is. If he gets a blue secret room, I'm gonna be mad. No, he's gonna die from here. You don't want to die on your second piece blue room. Under the red light. Okay, that's in blue. So... Or, no, wait. No, that's not. That's not in blue. That's actually red-blue. So, this is... Okay. Let's let him figure out his stuff. Let's talk about Eternal Engine. BP had some pretty strong super bounces, but a couple of issues hitting like the head afterwards. But he's going into this stage. This will be a tight one cycle. He could still potentially make it. Yeah, he's probably gonna have to get some really tight pause hovers and not go for the switch in order to get it. I don't think he can make it, but he'll have a real nice easy time. He'll have a real nice easy time getting the second cycle, which isn't really anything to be too mad about. Evan finding his piece, but almost dying trying to get it as BP manages to clip out. So, oh, and he's doing the strats. Not only does this make the 40 seconds of flying a little bit more bearable, but it also actually makes you go a little bit lower, which means you don't have to fall as far, which means it could potentially be faster. You just gotta hope that you don't go too low, so you gotta be a little careful on that. And he should have no problems clipping in here. And he's comfy. The camera works with him too, so it let him see where he needed to land. 213, it's okay.
I gotta do better next time.
It's not a first cycle, so that's like the big thing. The first cycle will save a lot of time. Not an igloo. Hopefully, with the smooth boom boo, gets the third hit. And we're done. We're out of here. He's like, I'm done with these desert stages. I don't want to see any of this anymore. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. And then Eggman's like, we're not done yet. Got one more. The final gauntlet. BP, middle, bottom. Imagine this next piece is gonna be like Jump from the Star. Unless the game is nice to him. Yeah, Jump from the Star. Okay. We'll have to see which Jump from the Star it is, because if it's the far away one, that... No, it's not. But he saw us at the spring.
It's closer. I found him.
That piece layout definitely wasn't the worst. It's pretty average.
Yeah, this is perfect.
Not an igloo. Not having fun. Not having fun with this golem. Can't get the super bounces, but he wants some. And I think that's probably going to be an issue. He should just get on the back. If you miss one of the bounces, sometimes it's better to just go around the back. Especially if you land in the sand. Sometimes you can get around to his back. And he lands behind, so it's going to be the ballerina. It's BP with a nice, easy, ringless rouge. Textbook, 1537. Pretty good. No issues there. Notanigloo, missing the bounces. Then opts for a super bounce. This isn't how you egg golem. No, you gotta bounce on his head. You do like a triple bounce. No! What was that? I've never seen these 200 IQ plays. What? Did you guys see that? That was like the most amazing thing I've ever seen. It's distracting me from the fact that BP's getting ready to go for CGS. You guys have seen this 100 times already. He's got a pretty tight jump here. Barely makes it. He has no rings. A little scary. Notanigloo not skipping the cutscene. Enjoy the movie, guys. Okay, he figures himself out. BP having a little bit of trouble clipping onto that ledge. What? How it works is you have to neutral stick in order to like actually stand on the ledge, as far as I know. So sometimes that ledge is just kind of a butt. You know, there's no other word for it. It just doesn't like you to step on it a lot of the time. But first try? First try. That was good positioning. A little high, but he still manages to make it, which is what counts in the end. Pretty good. 136. Not a great time for CGS. He was having issues with the clipping though, which really doesn't feel like your fault when that happens to you. I don't know how much of that is really controllable. My understanding is that it's pretty much just luck. BP with not like the standard strats, but he's still going for good strats altogether. Yeah, that's an 18. I can't tell if that's an 18 or a 16. Looks kind of the same, but that was really good. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a 16. Notanigloo having trouble with that hit? That was weird. It looked like he got the punch. He's gonna miss the third cycle? BP clips onto one of the surfaces there and falls. Not good. Not a good look. Thankfully, he has a very comfy lead. But that's gotta hurt. He will be going for FR skip, which shouldn't really lead to any issues. I know BP's been doing this trick for a while, so he should be pretty comfy with FR skip, though we have seen him mess it up during the tournament so far. You know, crossing fingers, hoping that I didn't accidentally in with the commentator's curse. As Notanigloo is finding his way to the end of Eternal Engine, and he clips in, and he makes it. 242. That's like the time you'd get with an extremely good skipless. Unfortunately, not a good time. but I don't think he's on PB pace right now. I believe his PB's a 47.
Yes!
BP, with plenty of height, manages to make it around the kill plane today. He's feeling comfy. He's not even hitting like the score thing. 0.5, and he's going the wrong way. This is going to be on like the green ground to the right. There we are. This is gonna be a weird piece. It might give him. Okay, 2 stars and 1 moon. I saw moon, but the rest of it was a little blocky. I thought it was the piece. I thought I commentator cursed him. That piece, ground pieces, like spawn floating stone above the moon pretty often. BP with the comfy 40-59, barely getting the sub 41. Good for him. That's a pretty strong time. Notanigloo having trouble finding his way to 2 against 1. It's in the middle. It's out to... It's like behind where he is right now. Going for jump from the star? I think we can hear his controller. That's pretty funny. Yeah. BP with a nice 41. You know, it's not like the PB that BP was looking for, but definitely still a good time. And he does win the race, so good morale boost for that. You know, Notanigloo with a really good layout, actually. That's like a comfy 40 seconds layout right there. If there's one thing that I need to tell him, it's definitely learn your knuckles. You know, your execution in all the other stages, that will come later. But knowing your knuckles pieces is the big thing. If you can do that, then all it comes down is to consistency on the other stages. You know, then if you know how to play knuckles, then you can blame all your bad runs on RNG and not on your bad execution. As long as you're executing well with knuckles. And he's struggling to get this kill here. He's opting for the reset because at around the 20-second mark on the boss, the floor is going to open up, and then the fight becomes 10 times harder. So he manages to get in for the hit, thankfully, and no issues, no problems. And this Knuckles knowledge is going to BP too. We saw that Death Chamber. If you didn't do that, this would have been a sub 40. If that didn't happen. So it's like the game changer. You can be playing well in all the other stages, but if you lose a Knuckles piece, then like, what can you do? And like, yeah, Notanigloo, your Death Chamber pieces were really good. Sorry I gotta hammer down on that, but it's just important. Anyways, he's going to opt for a skipless. This will be fun. I like watching skipless CG. And I'm sure most of you guys will like it too. Because then we get to see like the puzzle skip and all that jazz. And this is actually pretty good. This is one of the better skipless ones we've seen during the tournament so far. Oh, I see a question. Where can I learn to speedrun this game? There is a Sonic speedrunning Discord. If you check speedrun.com, It might be on the resources. I'm pretty sure there's also a forum post on there too. It might just be the forum post that links to the Sonic speedrunning community Discord. So there are lots of people there. Or just show up in like good runners chats, or even like medium level runners, even like lower level runners. I'm pretty sure everyone in the community likes talking about it. It's in guides? Okay. I'm pretty sure everyone who plays this game likes talking about it. Those who are actively playing, at least. Some people after Knuckles swear off the game, but this game is awesome. Yeah, it's lots of neat looking tricks. But yeah, this is actually one of the strongest skipless CGs I think we've seen this whole tournament. Barely misses that super bounce. It's at you have to hold a weird forward right angle, and it looks like he's trying to charge a spin dash, but it's like a weird perspective thing. So he's actually bouncing because he's just in the air a tiny bit. Yeah, 212. You know, that's a pretty good time. Call me surprised. I'm surprised that he got that. Good for him. We'll see. He might do Final Rush Skip. I think he was looking into learning it. I have no clue if he's actually implemented it yet, though. Ooh, he gets a punch on Eggman. It looks... or... no, did he? I couldn't really tell. But this is not a good situation. He gets a punch there. That is not what you want. The punch doesn't deal nearly as much damage. So, if you get a punch on him, it's one of the worst scenarios, especially after he's gone to like start doing his super attacks. Because that just means he's going to pop out another super attack. And that is like a big no-no. So you have to keep, as opposed to the first fight, you really have to keep your spacing with Eggman. And that's why Eggman 2 is like... Eggman 2 is a run killer for a lot of people at like the mid-level, low mid-level. Okay, we're heading into Final Rush. Hopefully we'll see another FR. Though I won't be mad to watch another skipless space stage. They're some of the most fun ILs to watch. Oh, he's going for it. Okay. Let's see how he holds it. He's going really high. So he's really trying to be safe getting around this kill plane. Yeah, and he makes it around. Now, the question is, does he have enough height? When you're going with weird angles like that, sometimes it's hard to get, like, you know, sometimes it's hard to actually make the distance. So, yeah, actually he's really good. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna make this. He's gonna clear it. No problems at all. He's swerving back and forth. I don't like this. But he still makes it over the invisible wall. So, no issues at all. He's just trying to scare us. Yeah, so I didn't really get to talk about the final boss, because PP just kind of blew through it. Shadow 2. It's a little weird, this boss. It's all about getting a rhythm. If you miss a rhythm, then it can be really hard to recover. We'll see how Notanigloo handles it. So you can slow down Shadow by going to the right of him. So he didn't actually slow him down enough. And that meant that he could not get that homing attack off. Ooh. And that's a weird situation. Just based on how this collision works, sometimes you like get up against walls and it doesn't really know how to face you. Walls are really dumb in this game. It looks like his rhythm's just a little too fast on these hits. He wants to time it so that he gets the attack in, like as Shadow's aura disappears. When his ooh, he thinks that he has the distance to make it onto the platform as it's falling, but not quite. Not quite. Ooh, he doesn't go for the free hit there. This is not a good fight. This is not what you want to see. This happens to the best of us, though. This boss can be really tilting. Especially in an end run scenario. If you mess up your rhythm once, it's hard to get back on. He's hoping that the bounces are going to hit him. Which, depending on how you do it, you can get him to walk into your bounces. I don't exactly know the setup, but yeah. Hey, look at that! Oh no! Okay, he makes it. He makes it. He can survive. He can get the final hit, right? Wow. Okay. 51-46. I don't think that's that bad of a time for him. Considering some of the stuff that happened, though, I definitely wouldn't say that it was a strong run. I gotta be honest. Congrats on BP for winning. Thank you, notanigloo, for playing. Both you guys work on Knuckles. That's what we gotta say. And we have another race coming up. I believe it's on Speed Gaming 4. notanigloo wants the big dab? Am I allowed to say that? Sick. Hey, don't say that. That's mean. That's mean, dude. But shoutouts to that dab emote. That's pretty good. Anyways, what we have going on is Speed Gaming 4. We have, I think it's Wanamaker versus Dracodan. So I think BP is actually going to be commentating for it. I'm going to be stepping off because I got school stuff to deal with. But I'll be happy to pass you off to them. So go follow these guys. BuffaloPrime at twitch.tv/ I think it's just BuffaloPrime. notanigloo at twitch.tv/ notanigloo. You can see him in chat. Just click on his name, hit the little heart, you know, send him some love. And follow me on Twitch too. And also follow Speed Gaming, I guess. Follow Speed Gaming. Because they've got lots of like cool races and stuff that they do. And definitely move over to Speed Gaming 4. I don't know if this channel's going to host it, but if not, you're probably going to want to get into the Speed Gaming 4 chat anyways. This game's going to be pretty hype. Dracodan, like a top tier runner. Wanamaker, playing very strong today, even. So, you know, anything can happen. We'll catch you guys later. See ya.